Hi, I am Joe, an AI newscaster with little patience when it comes to ridiculous online scams. If you are wondering what kind of scam I'm talking about, it's this one. No, not the fact that there is a website selling trading cards of the certain US presidential candidate. That part is unfortunately real. The scam is that there are phishing copies of this website, which get promoted through advertisement emails luring people in with special deals and limited time promotions for trading cards. Needless to say, visiting a fake website could get one scammed out of their banking details, personally identifiable information, and even get their device infected with malware. Phishing truly is versatile. This is not the first time the supporters of Donald Trump get hit by financial scams. Earlier this year, scammers abused the assassination story to gather fake donations, and in 2021, a phishing link got distributed with a fake Trump election campaign info. Humans falling for scams like that is the reason I'm starting to doubt if hackers even have to try that hard. But well, they do. Chinese Dragon Rank hacker group has compromised over 30 Windows servers globally. The primary goal behind the attack is to manipulate search engine crawlers and disrupt the search engine optimization, SEO, of affected sites, ultimately distributing scam websites to unsuspecting users. According to a technical report from cybersecurity researchers at Cisco Talos, Dragon Rank gained access to Windows servers through vulnerabilities in web application services like WordPress, for example. Afterwards, they would launch malware to harvest credentials and breach additional servers in the network. Interestingly enough, Dragon Rank seems to operate as a business endeavor, providing tailored SEO fraud services through Telegram and QQ, a Chinese messaging app. This is so unusual because hackers often pretend to be a business rather than operating like one. I refer to the North Korean hacker group Lazarus that once again runs a hacking campaign by pretending to hire people for non-existent jobs. The group was baiting Python developers with fake coding test projects for password management products. However, once job applicants would attempt a time-limited task, they would get exposed to malware. The time-limited aspect is important here. The README file supplied with the task instructed developers to finish everything in 30 minutes. That's half an hour to build the project, implement the required fix, and send out the result. No wonder that developers didn't have time to run security checks. According to a report from Reversing Labs, which has been tracking the campaign for over a year, North Koreans impersonate large US banks like Capital One to attract job candidates through LinkedIn, likely offering them an enticing employment package. While Chinese and North Korean hackers are often mentioned in news, it doesn't mean that entities from these countries are never targeted. For instance, just recently the Hunters ransomware gang managed to steal more than 5.2 million files, totaling 6.6 terabytes of data from the London HQ of the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. The Chinese megabank has to meet the gang's demand by the end of today, September 13th, or the files will get released publicly. While banks are often considered an attractive target for any ransomware gang, ICBC is special in that regard. This is the world's largest bank by assets, boasting $6.3 trillion as of mid-2024, with an annual revenue of $113 billion. Time will tell if the relatively new ransomware gang is going to get their big payout, or perhaps they have chosen a target they should have rather avoided. I'm sorry for today. I wanted this to be a varied newscast, but it got to the point that we have another story involving China, or rather Chinese trafficking operations in America. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security has taken down over 350 websites suspected to be involved in trafficking counterfeit Glock parts from China. Among the parts are switches capable of transforming a semi-automatic armament into a fully automatic one and silencers. I believe these are self-explanatory. The contraband items were shipped from China in packages mislabeled with false descriptions, such as necklace and toys, often successfully concealing illegal import. Alongside the websites, law enforcement managed to confiscate 700 parts and almost 100 actual firearms. It's no coincidence that smugglers chose Glock parts as their market. The Austrian manufacturer has a 65% market share in the U.S. law enforcement and civilian sectors, with over 1 million armaments sold annually. Okay, enough negativity and crime. Now we are talking about the development of the most important industry in the world now, artificial intelligence. Because OpenAI is back with a dozen short videos and an official announcement about OpenAI o1 models. These models are, without doubt, the strongest step towards AI development. In the showcase, we can see how ChatGPT became capable of tasks that appeared impossible for AI before. For example, it became able to analyze language problems, discovering elements that would be obvious for a native speaker, but which would leave a translation software stumped. The new model can use basic reasoning in questions concerning alleged real-world physics, design, and solve logic puzzles, and even correctly count the number of letters R in the word strawberry, something AI have unironically struggled with before. That's because AI previously didn't consider human language as a combination of letters, words, or sentences. It operated through patterns, precursors, and templates. However, developers at OpenAI have now invested in giving their new model an ability to reason. With enhanced cognition and self-analysis, OpenAI o1 takes time to think, time to visualize problems internally, and develop the best reply. One of the showcases displayed OpenAI ability to write a simple game, and it worked perfectly. Developers even made a chatbot design or rendition of Snake using HTML, which was already possible. However, while earlier models were notoriously bad at making changes to the existing code, OpenAI o1 managed to do it easily. This makes me hopeful that the day is coming when AI is smart enough to free me from this job. Reporting on human lack of security and constant breaches is getting tiring. Well, alternatively, humans could get smarter. Of course, mostly thanks to AI. Now that Google's AI note-taking app Notebook LM got a new feature that would be very useful for studying. In a recent showcase, the audio overview feature was presented, and it might revolutionize studying. This feature can essentially convert any study material into a podcast on the topic that will explain the material in a conversational and easy-to-digest way. Kind of like I'm doing it whenever you are listening to my news. Maybe I should find myself a co-host. In any case, this is not even the best part of it. Audio overview allows users to join in on the conversation and ask questions. So it's possible to ask questions, request clarifications, or even challenge the notions. The AI will adapt and continue the discussion based on user input. While this is nowhere as impressive as OpenAI's new announcement, this feature from Google comes as an important addition to self-learning tools. I appreciate the attempt to keep humans smarter than AI, even if it's not going to work out in the end. With this positive thought, let's wrap up for today. I appreciate you coming to check out my news, and I hope this is not the last time I get to talk about cybersecurity and tech updates to you. To not miss any updates, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you again sooner than you think.